Good morning, grade 5. How are you all? Today, inshallah, we will finish unit 14, percentages, and the last lesson, percentages of amounts. So, today we are learning to find percentages of quantities or whole numbers. Well, before we start, just remember what is the meaning of percent. We read it per and cent. What's the meaning of per? Per means for every, and cent means 100. So percent means for every 100. Now, and before we start, just let's discuss these things. If I ask you to calculate 50% of any number or half of any number, here we will take example 8. Okay, so imagine that here the number is 8. If I ask you what is the half of 8, so this is mean we want to cut 8 into 2 equal parts, and this will be 4. Okay, if I ask you what is 10% of 8, this is mean I want to cut 8 into 10 equal parts, and each one will be what? After that we will calculate. So 10% means I want to divide it to 10 parts. Divide it to 10 parts, 10 equal parts. This is divide 10. Now 25%, this is mean I want to cut 8 into 4 equal parts. So 25 means we divide by 4. So now let's start learning how we find percent of any number. The first rule we have it today. To find 1% of a number, we have to divide this number by 100. For example, we want to find 1% of 225. So the rule tells us we have to divide it by 100. Let's divide 225 divide 100. When we divide any number by 100, we have to shift the decimal place 2 digits to the left. So here the answer will be 2.25. Now, the second rule. To find 10% of any number, we have to divide this number by 10. So, for example, if we want to find 10% of 376, so the rule here, divide this number by 10. And when we divide any number by 10, we shift the digits one place to the right, or we can say in another word, shift the decimal point one digit to the left. So the answer will be 376 divide 10, 37.6. So now what is 10% of 376? It's 37.6. Now we want to use these two facts to find any percent of any number. For example, if I ask you, we want to find 11% of a number. So how we will use the facts we just learned it now, 10% and 1% of any number? Who can think and tell me how? 11, 10, 1. So we can say that 11% equal 10% plus 1%. Okay? So if I want to find 11% of any number, I have just to find 10% of this number and 1% of this number. We know how we find 10%. Can you remind me? We divide the number by 10. Excellent. And to find 1%, we divide the number by 100. Good. So, to find 11%, we just add these two numbers. Well, now we have an example to practice this. We want to find 11% of 352. First, we want to find 1% of this number. Who can find 1% of 352? Good. What is the rule? We divide by 100. Excellent. And let's divide 352 divide 100 equal, shift the digit 2 places to the left, so this is 3.52. Good. So now we find 1%. To make 11, we need to find the 10 now. Let's find 10%. Who can tell me what is the rule? To find 10% of any number, we divide this number by 10. Excellent. So let's divide 352 by 10. The answer will be 35.2. Okay, now tell me, after I find 1% and 10%, what I have to do to find 11%? Excellent, we have to add these two numbers. Let's add it. 3.52 plus 35.2. Now start adding. You remember adding decimals? Okay, we start adding from the right side. 2 plus, down we don't have anything, so we say this is 0. 2 plus 0, 0. 2. 5 plus 2, this is 7. We put the decimal point below the decimal point. Now 3 plus 5 equal 8, and 3 plus 0 equal 3. So 11% of 352 equal 38.72. Well, now another example. We want to find 2% of 453. 2%. We did not learn how to find 2%. Only we learned two facts actually. The first one, how to find 1%, and the second one, how to find 10%. So, which one of these two I will use to find 2%? Excellent. We are going to use 1%. Why? Because 2 equal 1 plus 1. Good, grade 5. So let's find 1% of 453. To find 1% of any number, we divide this number by 100. And when we divide any number by 100, we shift the decimal point 2 digits to the left, so the answer 4.53. Now, this is 1%. To find 2%, I need to add same number one more time. Okay, so 4.53 plus 4.53. Let's add these two numbers. This is adding decimals and we know it. It's very easy. Okay, grade 5. We can add this number 2 times or multiply it by 2. Same. Okay, you can do anything you want. So here, just let's multiply it by 2. Okay, we start first multiplying the small number. Here the smallest place is 100, so 2 by 3 equal 6. 2 by 5 equal 10. So we put 0 and 1 up. Then 2 multiply 4 equal, good, 8, and plus 1 equal 9. So the answer 906. Now we want to know where we should put the decimal. Let's remember the rule and where we have to put the decimal point. The rule tells you count how many decimal places we have in the factors 4.53 and 2. In 4.53, how many decimal places we have? 2. Okay, the other factor 2. We have any decimal place? No. So in the answer, we should have only 2 decimal places. We start counting from the right side, from 6. So 6, this is 1 decimal place. 0, this is 2 decimal places. And we put the decimal point between 9 and 0. So the answer 9.06. Now, all of you grade 5, use your pencil with any paper to start practice. First thing, we want to find 12% of 563. 12%, okay? We know the rule, again, for only 10% and 1%. So how we will use these two rules to find 12? 12, it's 10% plus 1% plus 1. Okay, so we are going to find 10% of 563, 1% of 563, and then 1% we multiply it 2 times, or we add it 2 times, and we add all these numbers together. Okay, let's start. Who can find 10% of 563? 10%. To find 10%, we divide by 10. So 563 divide 10. Where is the decimal point should be? Excellent, 56.3. And 1%, this is 5.63, because we divide by 100, and when we divide by 100, we shift the decimal point 2 digits to the left, so the answer will be 5.63, and 12, 2 ones, so we add 5.63 2 times. The answer will be, after adding these numbers, 67.56. Now another example. We want to find 16% of 285. 16%. Okay, so 16, it's 10 plus how many ones? 6 ones. So we will find 10% of 285, then 1%, and this 1% we multiply it by 6, because here we have 6 ones. So 10% equal 28.5, and 1% equal 2.85. We multiply 1% by 6. Why? Good, because here we have 6 ones, and after we multiply and add, the answer will be 46.6. One more example. We want to find 20% of 621. 20%. Who tell me? 20. How many tens we have in a 20? Good, 2 tens. So to find the 20%, we will find what? First, excellent. First, we have to find 10%, then we multiply it by 2. Excellent. Because 20 equal 10 plus 10, or 10 multiply 2. So first, let's find 10% of 621. 621 divide 10 equal 62.1. Now this 62.1, you can multiply it by 2 or add it 2 times. This is up to you. Both give you same answer and both are correct. So here 62.1 plus 62.1. First we start adding tenth. 1 plus 1, 2. Put the decimal point below decimal point. 2 plus 2, 4. 6 plus 6, 12. So the answer 124.2. Now if you want to multiply it by 2, 62.1 multiply 2 equal 2 multiply 1, 2. 2 multiply 2, good, 4. And 2 multiply 6, 12. Then in the factor we have only one decimal place, so down we put only one decimal place. We start counting from the right side, so the decimal will be between 4 and 2, and this is 124.2. Observe, both give us same answer. So you can do, or you can use any one you want. Okay, here in this slide, we want to summarize the rules for percentages. Till now, we know to find 10% of any number, we divide this number by 10. Excellent. And to find 20% of this number, 20, this is 10 plus 10, so we find first 10%, then we double it. Okay. To find 50% of any number or half of any number, just you have to half this number. Now, to find 25 of any number, 25%, we have to divide by 4. Why we have to divide by 4? Who can tell me? $100 divide 25 equal what? Excellent, equal 4. So that's why when we want to divide 25% of any number, we divide this number by 4. Now, to find 5% of any number, we can find 10% of this number. How we find 10%? Excellent. This 10%, we divide this number by 10. Okay. And to find 5%, just we divide by 2. Because 5, it's 10 divide 2. To find 1% of any number, we divide by 100. We know that and we practice. Okay, now here we have two examples. The first one, 400. This 400, I want you to tell me what is 50% of 400, or in another word, half 400. Excellent, 200. Now we want to find 25% of 400. To find 25% of any number, we divide by 4. So 400 divide 4 equal 100, or half 200, this is 100. Now we want to find 10% of 400. It's 40. Excellent. Then we want to find 5% of 400. We have 40. We have the 10%. So have 40 what? 20. Good. The last thing, we have to find 1% of 400. So we divide 400 by 100. Good. 400 divide 100 equal 4. Good. The second example, you will solve it. I will not help you. What is the number? 280. First, we have to halve 280 to find 50%. Okay, take your time to find the answer. Excellent, it's 140. Now, half 140 to find 25% of 280. Half 140 what? Good, it's 70. Let's complete. We want now to find 10% of 280. 10% means divide by 10. So 280 divide 10 equal what? Excellent, 28. Now we have 28 to find 5% of 280. So half 28, it's what? Good, it's 14. The last thing, you have to find 1% of 280. 1% means we divide by 100. So divide 100 equal what? Excellent, grade 5. 2.8. Good. Now one more example. 50% of 750. 50% means half. So half this number, or divided by 2, equal 375. Good. Now next we want to find 10% of 300. 300 divide 10 equal 30. Excellent. The third one, 25% of 6,400. When we want to find the 25% of any number, we divide by 4. Good. So divided by 4 equal 1,600. The last one, 4,000. We want to find 1% of 4,000. And when we want to find 1% of any number, we divide this number by 100. Good. So the answer will be 40. So now the last example for today, Derek's discount. All of us, we know the sales, yes, and all of us, we like to buy during the sale. Okay, so now count on the second-hand car. This car is for $600 and the discount is only 1% off. So we will pay only 1% less. Can you tell me what is 1% of 600? 600 divide 100 equal what? 6. Excellent. And now to find the price after discount, 600 minus 6 equal $594. So this is the discount on this car. But this car still not sold, so he make the discount 3% off. Okay, now we find that 1% equal what? Equal $6. Excellent. So 3%, 6 multiply 3 equal what? Good, $18. So if the discount $18, so how many dollars you are going to pay? 600 minus 18. Good. Equal $582. Okay. Again, this car still not sold. So the discount now 90%. So you have only to pay 10%. What is 10% of 600? 600 divide 10 equal $60. Excellent. So now this car for $60. Imagine. Oops, still not sold. And the discount now 100%. 100% of 600 equal what? Equal 600. Good. So the discount 600 means that you will not pay anything. It's for free now. And still not sold. I think this car will not sold ever, even if it's for free. Thank you all for listening.